5 years can change a lot, right? Your goals, your relationships, even how you see yourself. In the 5 year stranger theory, it is sparking and it is trending. So here to break it down and what it is and how it can change the way you see your relationships is Think Well Plus counseling president and licensed mental health coach, Dr. Jada Jackson-Hill. Good morning.
Good morning, lady. How are you?
I'm so good. So glad
ready
to have
for
you
this?
back. Yeah, I can't wait to talk about this. I want to know it all. So people online are talking about the 5 year stranger theory. What exactly is this and why do you think it's resonating with so many people?
Well, of course, everyone's talking about it online, but what it is, it's really simple. It's 5 years goes by, and then you take a look at yourself and you go, wait a second, if I look at myself 5 years ago, I'm not the same person. I don't even know who that person is. And that person is a stranger to me. What do I do with that?
Yes, that's so true. You know, I just posted on social media and I was like, I don't have everything I want today, but I have everything I prayed for 5 years ago. You know what I mean? It makes you realize just how far you've come.
Exactly.
But that's the same thing with relationships. So do we really change that much in 5 years, do you think?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And here's, from a psychological perspective, really what we're going through is the process of neuroplasticity. The brain is constantly changing, and it changes how we think, it changes what we do, and the next thing you know, 5 years later, we've become a different person.
So it's not just a feeling, it is actively evolving.
It is actively evolving.
Okay, so lean in, you
Yes,
guys.
yes.
We're
and
doing
there's
it.
science behind it.
Really?
Yes.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so when people look back and feel like they barely recognize their past self, is that a healthy sign, do you think?
I think it can be wonderfully healthy. At the same time, it can be a challenge. It means that, hey, I've grown and I've become another person. However, if they look back and they go, oh, I'm not really sure if this is the person I want to be, or they feel shame around it, then that just means there's time to continue to grow and develop. And you wonder, am I actually growing or am I just getting older?
Right. Okay, so let me ask you a side question off of that. How do you deal with such shame, whether you are growing or whether you're looking back and thinking, okay, I still have some of the same habits from a couple of years ago. You know what I mean? How do we handle that without sending ourselves into a guilt-ridden funk?
Absolutely. I think that the bigger picture is, what have I been doing this 5 years that has me looking back going, I feel ashamed of that part. And so we have to do what psychologists and therapists all say, do the work. And the work is holding up the mirror, looking at yourself and going, oh yeah, I need to fix that. I need to adjust that. I need to do this. And ask the question, have I just been living in survival mode all of this time and I haven't been intentional about the strategy of becoming that better version of myself?
Which a lot of us do, because listen, sometimes we're just trying to get through the day. We're just trying to get through work. We're just trying to get through cooking at home. We're trying to get the kids in bed.
Surviving.
You know? Exactly. So then what type of life experiences do you think people go through that are heavy in change or will cause someone to change?
Standard transitional phase of life issues. It could be marriage, it could be divorce, it might be transitioning from high school to college, it could be transitioning from college to adulting. Whatever those standard phase of life transitions are, those are the ones that impact us the most.
Yes. Okay, so let me ask you, because in long-term friendships, in your marriage, how do you stay connected with people, especially as they're evolving in maybe different directions? Because I hear people say all the time, marriage is hard because when you grow and you actually make it those 50 years, it's not the person you married. It's a completely different woman, completely different man.
Yeah. We have to be flexible, first of all, and we have to communicate. If you're in a friendship, you're in a marriage, it's the communication of growing together. And the one thing that allows us to grow together is to find agreement. Can two walk together except they be agreed? And finding that agreement is what really makes us stronger together.
Yes. Okay, now let me ask you this. If we can't find an agreement, if we can't find it, and we're starting to outgrow, we're starting to outgrow the friendship because maybe priorities or values don't line up the way they used to, how do we either rebuild or let it go?
Boundaries.
Okay.
I just made that really simple. The truth is, when we know who we are, what we want, where we're going, how we're going to get there, and who the people we're going to enlist to help us get there, we're able to set those boundaries to say, this worked for me 5 years ago, but it doesn't work for me today. And so that means, and I like to say really simply, cutting away the fat. You really have to bring it in and say, okay, this is the strategy now. And my strategy is going to be that I'm moving forward and I'm not you know, living in the past.
Yes, yes. Okay, I feel like as we are all listening to you, we're all reflecting on
Absolutely.
the evolution that we've had, but also the evolution that we've seen in our relationships. And honestly, I could sit here and talk to you. I want to tell you my personal business
I know.
right
Come
now.
on, let's
child.
do it. Let's do it, Erin.
Off camera, my
Right.
girl. But if someone is feeling the same way as I am, where can they find you if they want to talk to you?
ThinkWellPlus.com or JadaJackson.com.
Thanks so much for being here.
Absolutely.